I am, yet again, just trying to catch up on the 2023 anime like my life depends on it, but another anime just had me binging! Again! I know I have no self-control, thanks for not asking. While I would say it's another girl-centric Bishoujo fantasy similar to Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, there's another reason I was drawn into this sad, twisted, yet beautiful world. So let's just dive right into the summer 2023 anime that stole a lot of people's hearts, My Happy Marriage. Watashi wa shiawase na kekkon, aka My Happy Marriage, started off as a light novel series written by Akumi Agitori and illustrated by Sukiho Sukioka. That's either a pen name or their parents thought they were very clever. The novel series was actually available online via Shotetsuka ni Naro's website before being published in January 2019 under the Fujimi El Bunko imprint. Before its publishing though, a manga adaptation, illustrated by Rito Kosaka, was serialized by Square Enix's Gangan online service since December 2018. The series was so popular, it actually got a live-action adaptation, debuting throughout Japan in March of 2023. Naturally, with a story that is this beloved by the fan base, it was bound to get its own anime set to debut for the summer 2023 lineup and produced by Kinema Citrus, the same studio that brought you Shield Bro, Anthro Rock Idols, and Cry! Just Cry. Light novels, manga, a live-action movie, and an anime adaptation for this sweet little story? Kinda makes you wonder what all the hype is about, don't you think? Well, based in an alternative version of the Taisho era, where spirits and magic coexist, some families are born with special abilities. Naturally, these special families make arrangements based on their status and skills to marry off their gifted children in order to make each partnering family stronger. However, our main character, Mio Saimori, was born into the prestigious Saimori family without any abilities at all. Because of this, and due to the cruel treatment given to her by her stepmother and half-sister, Mio was made to be her family's server. Her childhood friend, Koji, tried negotiating with both of their families to possibly marry Mio or find something more suitable than what she has. But her family decides to marry her off to a man rumored to be cruel and unlovable, Kyoka Kudo. Oh, hello, mister. Here we have yet another dreamboat for our fair maiden to have, just like in any other typical Bishoujo story. He's so pretty. Well, anyways, Kudo was not only the head of his family, but also a talented soldier with elemental abilities, and he's in charge of a special anti-grotesque unit, aka the Taisho era Ghostbusters. Basically. With no other options, Mio sets out to start her new life, hoping she can make the most out of her situation. But can she feel safe and have a happy life with a man rumored to be cruel and heartless? Now, when you hear this, it comes off like any typical female fantasy story. This girl was born into a family that treats her poorly because she has no special abilities, and she's sent away to marry some man she doesn't know. Of course, we want her to thrive and shove her happiness right down the throats of everyone who belittled her. Of course, we want her fiancé to be Prince Charming while spoiling her with many riches just to make her half-sister rage. Of course, we want her to unlock some hidden ability just to really pour salt into her family's wounds. And you know what? Why not? Let's just burn down their houses too. You know, I'm just beginning to realize I got a thing for burning houses down. I need help, don't I? Just rain terror on these horrible, horrible people that dared to make Mio's life a living hell just because they could. Just make them suffer. Seriously, we want to witness karma at its best being shoved right back into their faces. It'll bring us joy. This is basically anime Cinderella because it feels like it, but here's what My Happy Marriage is really all about. Mio is a victim of childhood trauma and abuse, forced into a life of servitude due to her circumstances. Her father treats her half-sister Kaya like the prodigal child and just sees Mio as inferior. Her stepmother can't get over how her husband had a child with another woman and does everything she can to take everything out on her. Kaya just absorbs everything her parents do to Mio and acts entitled to do the same. Like she takes extreme pleasure making Mio's life a living hell because because she's the chosen one. She's special, she's gifted, she's totally making it in top 10 bitches in anime because holy cow, she's freaking spoiled. Because she's raised to believe that she has absolutely no value whatsoever, Mio believes she is nothing more than a burden.
I can't do much, but I have to find a way to be useful.
Kudo, on the other hand, is one of the strongest telekinetic users in his country, and he knows it. He commands respect and dedication from his team because he cannot fail at any task. Due to his status, power, and dashing good looks, Kudo assumes that every woman he's arranged with only wants him for his money and power. So of course, that's why he has his reputation. He's not going to marry any woman with selfish intentions. So he puts up many barriers to make sure no one takes advantage of him.
I would not and will never marry an arrogant woman like yourself, even if the very heavens demanded it.
So naturally, Kudo and Mio's first encounters didn't start off too well due to his skepticism and extreme paranoia. So now we're seeing two damaged individuals due to pride and expectations coming together to realize who they really are and what they're capable of. But of course, their society won't make their arrangement easy because of their status and power. Basically, we're witnessing pity-ass politics. So strap yourselves in, cause this whole family drama situation is a messy one. On one hand, Kaya and her mother believe Kudo is too good for Mio and want to break off the engagement, despite being totally okay with the arrangement when they thought he was mean and evil and she'd be homeless.
He sounds like a giving soul. I'd assume she was left out in the street or abandoned.
2 hours later.
You will step down as Mr. Kudo's fiancé. Understood.
Hurry up and say it already! Say you'll reject him this instant!
Mother and daughter indeed. You know what? They both go in top 10 bitches in anime. On the other hand, they're being manipulated into doing this because Koji's father wants Mio to marry into his family, and all just under assumptions over what her mother's bloodline could contribute to his bloodline, rather than just allowing his son to marry the one girl he actually cares for. And yeah, this is basically soap opera bullshit. Their world only cares about political marriages, producing heirs and strengthening bloodlines in order to preserve their power and influence, a sentiment not carried by our main couple for obvious reasons. As a whole, Mio and Kudo are a perfect pair. They both had very good reasons to keep to themselves, but have changed for the betterment of their partner. Mio just wanted a roof over her head and not feel like a giant burden, but can never comprehend how pleasantly Kudo treats her. It gets to a point where she wonders if she's deserving of such treatment given her circumstances, but does everything she can to prove just how grateful she is to him and his kind gestures.
Thank you so much for taking me into town, for gifting me a comb, and for everything else you've done for me.
Kudo starts off very offstandish, even going as far as to accuse Mio of poisoning his food just to get his assets, but you can't really blame the man for being so paranoid when every other woman in his life has treated him like some sort of status symbol or wallet. He's never met anyone like Mio and doesn't really know how to act around a woman so shy and timid. But once he starts to understand her and her past, Kudo goes into full-on protection mode. Go to her parents' house demanding an apology? Green flag. Take her to town to buy her anything she wants while letting her know it's okay to ask her things and not feel like a burden? Green flag. Telling off her bitchy and spoiled ass sister because she dared to tell him that she deserves him more than Mio? Major green flags, and that moment was just priceless. Green flags, just green flags everywhere.
I salute you, sir.
Kudo does everything he can to build Mio's courage while treating her like royalty, and you're just so happy to see her get treated so well. After everything she's been through, you just want to see her happy, and Kudo can definitely make her happy. This show is a feels-good anime raising hope for those who could be facing something similar. Mio and Kudo's stories can relate to anyone experiencing the same things. There are people born into extremely toxic environments like Mio and are willing to do anything to escape. There are those like Kudo shielding themselves away because other people tend to use their assets for their own gain. You want to see both of them have happy outcomes because if your story is anything like theirs, you want a happy outcome too. It's not easy escaping from these kinds of circumstances, especially when you've become jaded and lonesome. Even with the addition of telekinetic abilities, My Happy Marriage is a relatable story of hope, courage, and love. To witness characters finding the strength to fend off those who belittle and use them in order to just live a happy life, I don't know. It might just pull at your heartstrings like it did to mine. Overall, I have a soft spot for this anime and may even place it in the top 10 best anime of 2023. Yeah, the anime awards for my channel are gonna be different this year, just giving you guys a heads up. It's a sweet story inspiring others to be brave in the faces of trauma and manipulation, while inspiring those to speak up for themselves and not feel like giant burdens. Everyone deserves love, no matter the circumstances, and this beautiful anime shows just what the power of love and courage can do to one's mental health. I would definitely recommend this anime to all of you just wanting the story of a simple and timid girl getting the love and treatment she deserves. If you want to watch this show, you can watch all episodes on Netflix in both English and Japanese. If you want to watch the live action film, well, it used to be available on Disney+, but I guess you'll have to Google around to find it. Not that I found my copy on YouTube for free or anything. I'm just saying the streaming services are bullshit. As for the English dub, it's not so bad. Some of the acting can come off a bit bland, but I think it has more to do with the direction than the actors. In the end, I kept hearing great things about this show, and I have to say, I wasn't let down. Now let's hope I don't get too distracted again as I try to get ready for my own anime awards. I say that ironically, as I haven't seen the Apothecary Diaries, or Freyrin, yet. The anime awards aren't coming till December, isn't it? In the meantime, if you're in the mood for a wonderful story full of hope, courage, and love, then I cannot recommend enough My Happy Marriage.
She's hot! I'd frick! Just saying.
I want the world. I want the whole world. I want to wear 'em like braids in my hair, and I don't want to share 'em.
Don't worry about it, Timmy. My dreams were shattered years ago.
How many years ago?
How old are you?
Just how lucky are you to get to marry the famous Mr. Kyoka Kudo?
Oh my god!
I'm Kyoka Kudo, head of the Kudos.
Oh my god.
You see, Meg, you're what they call a practice girl.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
Hi, Jill. I understand you had something removed. Maybe that something was your heart!
They've told me that I'm the opposite of my sister, that I'm superior to her in every possible way.
Shut the up, Brooke.
For what purpose have you awoken Lynetta the Starspawn and brought about the end of reality?
You know, I'm gonna go with horny.
What is it now?
Get what you fucking deserve! Why are you still here?
I like tormenting you.
Now that you're old enough, there's something I've always wanted to tell you, and I think you're ready to hear it. You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright.
You're running out of breath, Ludwig. And I'm running out of patience. May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world.
Why would my sister ever come up again? Her fathers don't have any reason to talk about her, do they?
Well, excuse me, princess.
Just because she's your sister doesn't mean you should let her treat you like garbage.
Doesn't it?
No.
That blue kimono you're wearing is as beautiful as the summer sky. Don't you think it's ill-suited for you, though?
I'll be right here. You're not alone, I promise. I haven't disappeared. I'm someone you can call on. I'll be there for you.
Well, wasn't that sweet? Now my question to you all is there a sweet and heartful anime you just love to watch? Let me know in the comments down below. The Anime America Anime Awards are in progress. I just have a lot of catching up to do. It's almost here. I promise. We'll get there, and I promise there won't be any mention of Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, was that too soon, Crunchyroll? Was that too soon? Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. Well, anyways, I just want to say thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for helping me keep this channel alive and thriving. It hasn't been easy, especially, recently, but I can still make whatever videos I want thanks to your amazing support and generosity. So again, thank you all so much, and of course, thank you to everyone watching this video. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.